Good morning, Track A. Welcome back from break. Again, my name is Eileen Vidrine, and this is Track A. And our next session is Alan and Cynthia from Athena Solutions, and they're going to talk about one of our favorite topics, data quality. That was one of the summary this morning. Everybody said more data quality. You asked for it, so it's perfect timing. I will say that we're going to take it a little bit different. And if you have a question, please raise your hand throughout the presentation, and we're going to try to be interactive during it. We're good with that, ladies?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so welcome everyone.
Mike.
Welcome everyone. And today we will be talking about data quality framework and building a comprehensive solution for data quality overall. My name is Ala Zakin. I am a data governance practice lead in Athena, and this is my partner in crime, Cynthia Schmidt, who is our director of data governance. So we are giving this talk. Let me drive.
You drive.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Okay.
Okay. I want to say that I want to acknowledge that we're giving this talk at a time when we have a lot of wonderful data quality tools on the market. The industry moved us to a place where we do have a lot of choices. Also, the best thinkers in the industry gave us the um, gave us the guidelines to how best think about data quality, how to measure it, and how to move it forward. So we are in this environment. How do we take advantage of all of these resources that our predecessors didn't have? And we want to propose that data quality framework would encompass all of this information that is readily available to us. Quality outage. One thing to say that the data quality does not power the business the way the business wants to be powered. So we can see it reflected in many different ways, but the projects suffer, AI implementations suffer, and operations are running frantic. So everybody knows that all of this together, unfortunately, creates the culture that becomes a firefighting culture where there's really a little room for reflection and little room for creativity because everybody is overcome with urgency to fix in many different ways. Okay. And symptoms. So symptoms of poor data quality is something that uh, we discuss a lot, and I imagine everybody in the audience have seen these problems. And again, project launches and the delivery of any initiative is affected. We never calculate data quality issues in the beginning of the project, so we do go frantic at the end. There's some manual rework. There's some distrust to the visualizations of whatever reporting that is being delivered, and there is blame kind of that is hanging in the air, unfortunately. Going back to the culture. So it is when so the problem, as you can see, is not created in one point. So uh, in my opinion, the solution needs to also be spanned among the people, among the groups. It should involve technology groups and business groups and everything that needs to happen there. So a quick check with everyone whose projects are affected by data quality issues, who is delayed, who is experiencing the pain. So thank you for participating. um, wait, we don't. All right. So we do have tools, and do have rules, and the processes, like we know what we want to achieve around data quality. But what specifically is the difference that we want to implement? The difference between bringing in a data quality tool and bringing in a tool into a place in the framework that will guarantee the solution that can be scalable, that lasts, and that really would address data quality for a corporation moving forward. So there are some differences that are listed here. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, much louder. Um, so we want to prevent the issues, of course. This is everybody's goal. We want to include business responsibility into the processes surrounding the data quality. We want to break the silos and span the boundaries of one department. I want to say that if if you notice that only one group is responsible, takes full responsibility for collecting data quality data and responsible for fixing and responsible for the decisions, we should cry wolf. This is an emergency. We really should think much wider and build relationships so that more people understand data quality and more people can help make decisions, help make the fixes, also help create solutions for the fix. Because really, um, you, IT professionals really don't know how to prevent the data quality issues. So the measures need to be actionable and any level of complexity needs to be implemented. I wanted to emphasize it because sometimes the data quality checks that expose the issues, they can be quite complex. And okay, that's. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm good. um, Complex data quality issues are good. We need to implement them. Bottom line. Okay. So and here basically uh, the before and after on the slide are equally important. The before kind of outlines some of the attributes of the current state. And current state, knowing your current state is important because that would allow you to build your vision for the after. So and after the quality framework, we will celebrate that we have the proactive and structured approach to solving the data quality situation and providing the support moving forward. Um, Everyday operation, of course, ownership that means business involvement, and overall, we are working towards having the data be trusted, and the culture slowly moving into the culture where data can support business decisions. Okay. Uh, so now, Cynthia, would you help me introduce our this next exercise?
So this comes with a prize, guys. So, who would like to share versus one of these questions? So, would you say your team is still reacting to the data quality issues or preventing them? Or your other option, where do you see your biggest roadblock? People, process, or technology? I promise it's a good gig, guys. Who wants to share?
Just raise your hand. We'll give you the mic.
Okay,
Okay, first.
I'm going to beat Eileen.
Thank you. You're faster. I'm not caffeinated enough.
I'm going to answer both. We are reacting 100%. And the biggest roadblock, I would say, is always people first. Process and technology can help, but I think people's willingness to spend the time and understand the issues behind it is always the core issue.
Could you introduce yourself and your company?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Francis from Jackson in Michigan.
Thank you.
Francis and I had
Thank you for
breakfast
being
this
first.
morning. She didn't know it. I did. Okay, another
next?
one. Oh, okay.
Carl Gerber, longtime Chief Data Officer. When you think about solving this at the scale of your whole firm, your enterprise, I think the biggest roadblock is the lack of consistency. I've always found that folks are doing individual best efforts, but it's at their scope, right? Which might be a team, a department, or their function. And so what you have, I think many people frame this as a business intelligence problem, because I can just write a BI report and somebody gets the report and will do something. And so wholeheartedly agree with your framework, because you need to have people who are accountable for actioning what they see. But I believe in having a centralized data quality platform, but federated people developing the data quality controls and the stewards who will be reacting to it. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thanks. Hi, Adam Rosenbaum, Sands Capital. I would say that in the context of team, right? What's a team? Is it the whole organization? Is like we are not reacting. We are putting up dashboards for data quality, sending alerts. We, the technology team, are offering all kinds of ways in which to alert business stewards that there may be an issue with their data. The technology team and from a data observability standpoint, those guys are watching things all the time. They have plenty of their fingers on the pulse for whether or not data is moving through their engineering pipelines, and they have all the tools they can handle. It's the stuff on the business steward side of the team in the report generation, like why is that number like that? Why isn't it as good as yesterday? Well, you've been sent an alert for the last 45 days saying there's a problem with someone entered the date incorrectly and now it's jacking up the whole report, but no one cared to do anything about it. So it's like the team is sort of
This is the time to cry wolf.
yeah, exactly. So.
Right. Do you want to? I got yelled at. I had to get back up on stage. So these guys are good. So as you were speaking, that last bit reminded me of, has anybody seen The Residents on Netflix? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but it's too late. Okay, so The Residents on Netflix, highly recommend, because we are data people and we love mysteries. Excellent cast of characters, but one of the biggest things, because it's the White House, sorry guys, it's the us versus them mentality. And I hear that a lot, right? We do. We all hear it because, technology doesn't understand business and business doesn't understand technology. And so it's really not about us versus them. It's about how do we collaborate to make that happen. So, which is a wonderful lead into my section. So what is a modern data quality framework and what does it look like? We hear a lot of these words: structured, embedded, scalable. But what does that mean? So when we have structure, there are rules that are in place. We have processes for escalation that allow people to be notified when these things happen almost near real time. I think it depends on environment and the needs of the business. Hey, business only needs to know once a day that this happened. So it's not a separate layer. It happens closer to the teams. Doesn't matter what platform, doesn't matter which teams, we're all in this together. I think the agile world try to break that when they, everybody has to have business and IT and a stack developer all in the same little cubicle area. And then COVID came. So it doesn't matter domain. We're all in this together. So when we talk about structure, we create common languages across teams in order to have code design with business and technology, right? So now we are both speaking the same language and we can have that conversation and nobody feels left out because there's words that are being said that they know, they just don't know what that means in their context. And then it evolves with the architecture. So moving from on-prem to cloud doesn't matter. Moving from cloud, I don't know, where are we going next? Rocket ships? I don't know. It doesn't matter the architecture. We all have the same methodology that we're working on. Again, structure, we're tied to business outcomes, not just errors. We're looking at strategy, we're looking at goals. We're not looking at just somebody forgot to enter in a social security number, right? And it's daily use, it's visible ownership, and it's real accountability. Yeah, those are a lot of fun words. What does that mean, Cynthia? Glad you asked. So that means that the person is identified who helps solve those problems or helps to escalate if that is an issue. And the real accountability comes in when the team knows the process in order to address that issue. And we can support, we have, who was it yesterday? Panelist yesterday, and she said, yeah, everybody wants the steam shower, but nobody wants to do the plumbing for it. You gotta have the plumbing. What is the basic foundational instruments that you need in order to create this wide world of AI? So I'm gonna go to core structure. The core structure. We have data quality rules, we have validation processes, we have monitoring process, and we have error handling mechanisms. Okay, let's break that down. Data quality rules, I think we all know what data quality rules are. These are those either really complex business rules to help us define good data, or it's the very simple, this format's wrong. We have validation processes. So again, things that run to make sure that we have hit those, running in tandem with our monitoring processes. So if something does go wrong, we have alerts that go out. And then we have those alerts with the error handling mechanisms. Now, why did we use the word mechanism? Because this is not a tool, okay? It doesn't matter. You could have something fancy. You can have the shiniest new tool on the block. But if you don't have a process to address what those error handling pieces are, all you have is somebody complaining because they're getting an email 45 days in a row and they have no idea what to do with it, right? So those are the pieces. And I just want to encourage you, if you have questions, you want to share something, please raise your hand, enter it. We've got Eileen, she's awesome, she's going to help us out. So what powers the data quality framework? As Eileen jumps up. Sorry, Eileen.
Get my steps in.
Okay. So we're going to walk through this. What powers the data quality framework? We all know, I think, when we stop and think about how do we implement a methodology in order to help us achieve our goals, right? We've got the rules, the logic, the data quality dimensions. We're going to talk about those in a minute. We have these embedded in workflows. This is not something set aside. This is something that happens within the workflows themselves. We have impacted linked metrics. I love that word. This means that we are watching what happens. We are able to respond, and hey, we can tell our uppers, this is what's happening with the data, and we're watching it. And then we have domain level ownership. Okay, this is something near and dear to my heart. Domain owners, data stewards. We have people who care about the data and take responsibility for it. We don't tell them that's what they're called because, oh my goodness, they run and go hide. So we're able to engage our business owners and create a more successful data platform. Questions? Comments? Yes, sir. Right next to you, Miss Eileen.
Oh, sorry.
So the number one complaint after like the data's not good is noise, right? Why are you sending me all these alerts? Even though we're talking about a rule that business steward X asked for and set the terms for the validation or the thresholds for which to be alerted on. But like the urgency in retrospect isn't as strong as they originally thought, because like they only report out once a month or a quarter or annually. They don't want to see this alert every day. What's your strategy or framework for eliminating noise so that business users asking for their own rules
Not there yet.
Don't-
I love that question.
don't get bored or irritated with data quality?
Evolution. Being able to take their feedback now that they have learned and understand, right? If it's a failure, it's a learning process, right? That's, I think, one of the biggest takeaways that I've taken out of this conference. It has failed. Okay, great. Let's have that conversation. What do we need to do instead? If this is annoying, let's fix it. And how do we fix it? Where did we go wrong? You know, vulnerability in conversations is huge. You know, we shouldn't approach this as we're always right, even though we are, but we're not, right? Like we have to remember that.
Okay, so preemptively, I think that it can be addressed by some education. So prior to implementation, we know how noise can happen. So prior to implementation, maybe there would be some session explaining. We defined like 3,000 data quality rules. Now, do you want to have 3,000 alerts every day? So something like that might alleviate it moving forward.
Anything else? No. That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Love
you,
these
Dr.
questions. Thank you. So we talk about creating a common language. I'm not going to dwell on these because we all love data quality, and I'm sure we're all like super stoked about data quality domains. What I'm going to say is this is your first step to creating a common language. You don't hit them with the domain, you hit them with the rule. Oh, you need to understand why your dates don't match? Let me help you find out if we have timely data. Oh, you have too many of the same customer? Okay, let me go check and see if we have uniqueness set correctly. Those are the conversations. Those are what reel in and excite the business. What if we can help you identify that they're not entering phone numbers incorrectly? Oh, yeah, we can validate that for you. Perfect. It's a great, great way to start a common language. Now the fun part. Now the other. Oh, yes. Wait. Yes. Oh, wait. You got to wait for the mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the people online can't hear you.
Okay.
Then I get the love note.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So thank you so much again. Great presentation so far. If you go back to the previous
Yeah.
slide, I'm a little bit interested about the data quality dimensions, right? I'm glad that you brought those up in here because you have to have that way of measuring, right? And you can't fix what you can measure, right? So with the framework and improving framework in this new era of Gen AI and LLMs and all, right? So are these exhaustive data quality dimensions? Because some of these dimensions really tend to only measure like format and structure, right? Rules. But when it comes for our era of Gen AI, we need the meaning, we need the context, right? So, and I think in some of the earliest framework, like about their quality dimensions, there is some other quality dimensions like believability, relevancy, value added, amount of data, right? And I don't see those in here, so I'm just kind of curious if these are not the same old dimensions which only focus on the structure and format, not just the meaning and context, which are more useful in this age.
Jeff said I couldn't put those on the slide. I'm kidding.
No.
This is kind of the answer, because these are low-hanging fruit in most of the projects. So most of the projects are like immediately, your data is not accurate, not complete, integrity is compromised, timeliness is compromised. So this is why we listed them here. But every project is different. And if for your basically, like what this gives us, data is trustworthy and reliable if it complies with the data quality dimensions, the ones that are relevant for your company, for you or for your project. So in most cases, this has been our experience, but others can be added. And if you want to measure them, what, in my opinion, what the data quality domain is basically a category. So if you want to report on data quality issues on a higher level, this becomes very interesting. So for C-suite executives, they want to see it on that level. People who work with data, maybe they want to see the records that go, that fail for the data quality rule included in this domain. But on a higher level, and in executive reporting, convenient to use that. So I would approach it both from like observability and also from what I said first, data trustworthiness. What define trustworthy data in your company? It's a choice.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, there is some data quality dimension which haven't been touched, I guess, what I'm trying to say, which probably can be represented in here in a way.
So let's chat afterwards. I just got the hurry up. So we've got like 9 more slides and 5 minutes to do it in. So
That's good.
so I'm gonna, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
So again, this is just a really good illustration of this is how we iterate. This is how we create a process. We define priorities, we automate the rules, we validate and monitor, we respond and escalate, and then we remediate and improve. So they're getting those alerts, they're not the right alerts, let's change the rules. Moving on. Okay. Again, what you're getting from an accountability standpoint, what we're monitoring are the rule levels. We're scoring trends, escalations. Really what we want to say here is when you start to create a language and you start to create transparency, you start to get accountability. And you're doing that through rules. They run, the alerts go out. We're monitoring where that problem is. Root cause analysis takes us all the way back to that problem, and then we fix it. We can change the rule and watch it again. And through that process and identifying who's owning that, we create that accountability. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Little fun bit. If this is what good looks like, what is your team today? Okay, so think about what we just talked about as far as data quality. So are you in reactive mode? Are you tracking quality issues but inconsistently? Are you mostly proactive but it's manual? Or have you embedded that ownership and monitoring? Think about it for just a second. We're going to do a quick show of hands. Who's in 1? Okay, it's all right. Vulnerable. You're safe here. This is a safe space. Safe space.
Safe space.
Okay. Who's in 2? You're tracking, but it's inconsistent. Okay. 3, mostly proactive, but it's manual. Okay. And then embedded monitoring and ownership. So you have blasted off and ready and running. Yeah. Yeah. No shame. Okay. Congratulations. I know. That's okay. Hey, this, we're almost there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You've beat the odds on this one. Hey, working towards it is amazing. Okay. Between 3 and 4 is pretty good. Considering where a lot of people are. Yeah.
And some people may be option 5, all of the above.
All of the above. That's right, because we do have pockets. Yes, there are pockets that run before they act. run. Yeah, it's all right.
But they won't.
That's fine. Okay, so life before is so dystopian. We had a zombie apocalypse. There were dashboards that were distrusted. We had analysts running amok. We had cross functional teams debating numbers. There were product launches that were delayed, and business users were disengaged from data efforts. Okay. And then we implemented. And now we have this wonderful, beautiful society. It's kind of like Star Trek. Yes, everybody should know Star Trek. I had to do an age check. We have visibility for our data quality. We have business leaders who are engaged and active and accountable. We have trusted ORIs. Oh my gosh. We have shared view between truth and tech. We have reports that are trusted. We have vastly fewer recurring qualities and launch time back on track. And this is also where data monetization comes into play. We have monetized our data because we know we can trust it. This is mine. Okay. All right. All right. Going fast. So strategic impact. I think we all know once you get to a higher level of that data quality framework, you have a methodology in place. You have iteration happening. You are evolving. You now have a data quality framework that hard wires trust, accountability, business alignment into your data ecosystem. You're rocking it. Okay, so this is just, as we said before, now that you've operationalized it, you are realizing you have embedded it, you're scaling it, and you're sustaining it. Okay, again, I go back to the example. Business is tired of that alert. You've done a root cause analysis, you've been able to fix it, and now there's another data quality rule that's in place to monitor that. So you are sustaining. You are creating playbooks that are based on those. Okay, you've got escalation paths, and you've got your shared vocabulary, business and technology talking together. Dogs and cats, mayhem, it's amazing. Life is good. Allah.
Thank you, Cynthia. This is an interesting side effect of of going through a data quality implementation, and so the creating a common language is sort of maybe a tool, but maybe a natural outcome of a group working together. Say in the very beginning. Data quality is a scary word, and we are brought in when there is a significant amount of pain already happening. But what happens is at the end, in the beginning, everybody talks about bad data quality. This is awful, and that is awful, and it's very vague and nebulous, and there is nothing to put a finger on. And this creates this tense atmosphere where people don't know where to run. But after going through some discussions of what the goals are and what the data quality tools are, and how the process needs to change, that includes data quality rule definitions and discussions with multiple teams. You can come back to this conversation and already say, we're measuring this. And this is the number associated with provider data. This is the percent of completeness. This is a percent of validity, accuracy, and so on and so forth. And this actually, strategically, this could feed into the corporate goals where you want to bring provider data to a certain level. And you slowly and gradually, the conversations becomes about very specific goals and very specific numbers that seem much more achievable, as opposed to everything is bad. So the amount of nervousness, the disappearance of this nervousness around how do we work it. So like what Cynthia said, how do we know our starting point and how do we iterate on data quality. The conversation and the work becomes much, much more constructive. So I wanted to, okay. So I want to tout investing time in the beginning when you work with your teams, investing time explaining data quality concepts, explaining the goals of data quality solutions, how we want to how we want business help at the end to finalize it. I think that my dream is fixing the data at the source. That like my dream outcome of all of the hard work of implementing data quality tool and doing all of this preparation work. So confused. So making it stick. This is the way to make it stick. When you create, when we achieve the changes on organization level, when they are organic, when the conversations are happening with the right people in the right language, you have the right visualization, you collect the right data. So the framework enables you to do just that, and the scale in the beginning could be small. If you have more funding, it could be large, but in the beginning, it is small, can be repeated on a larger scale, can absorb new data domain, and this is how the solution becomes a workable solution and a lasting solution for a company. Okay. If data powers your future, its quality will determine the outcome. Definitely, like we said many times during this presentation, there is a lot of there will be a lot of conserving of creative energy with the data quality framework. There will be much more guided approach, and there will be much more tool at everybody's disposal to address the data quality issue. So we're big believers in the structured solution.
We have time for questions. Who would like to ask? We still have prizes. I'm sorry, guys, online.
Hey, it's a really good prize. Ask a question.
That's right. You never know what comes in a little black. Well, you get one anyway. Yeah, you got one anyway. Yeah.
I still have a question to ask. So in your mind with this framework, right? So because you're kind of giving us the model or the framework of how to handle, but so in your mind, do you think there should be in business a specific framework for data quality, like to guide a business, right? A generic one which is kind of embedding those processes you talked about.
The answer is yes. Yes. Yeah. So we're not talking about going out and buying a tool and making everybody work it. We're talking about creating the processes, the methodology, and going about it just like you would roll anything else out, making sure that everybody understands why this is important and the importance of it and getting to that end goal. And then it becomes agile, because everybody likes that word. And you iterate on the process, and you evolve and grow. So as you get past those, uh, introductory domains, you're onto that durability. You're onto the resilience, in moving past that.
Can I add something? And I enjoy looking at things from both sides. So the framework or the theory could inform your choice of the solution, but also you research on data quality tools, which are essentially the implementations of a certain way of thinking of data quality that could inform your high level goals. I don't know if you understand what I am talking about, but I think that along with defining high level goals for your data quality initiatives, you can do research and look at the demos of data quality tools. They will inform your goals further, if this is from practical perspective. Yeah.
Understanding that the data life cycle tends to have producers very different than consumers, and most data quality issues are found in the consumption of data. What strategies do you recommend for inspiring producers to care about data quality that doesn't impact their operational processes but does impact downstream consumers?
Visibility. Showing the data producers what's happening at the other end. There was a problem. There was a time when we had that issue. It was in insurance, and it was getting all of this data in a format that we're not always running something but the back end. And when we showed the impact from an enterprise perspective, what one person can do changed. We didn't have a problem. It became very minimal, and that was easier to handle than the thousands and thousands of records that we were getting. Visibility is one of them.
I think the business process is impacted in this situation, and maybe it is. It would be your goal to show how the business or bottom line maybe is impacted.
More questions? Would you like me to dance?
Well, we had singing yesterday.
I know we had singing yesterday, right?
So,
That was beautiful.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Oh, do we
Do you want to
Wrap it up.
wrap it? Do you have? Okay, you have the remote.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So if you want, okay, so important to ask yourself good questions when you're setting your goals, whether like creating your vision maybe of what needs to happen. There was a couple of slides back where the starting block.
Yes.
Data is your starting block. Data. So everybody wants data as an asset, right? So what is an asset? Asset is something you have and something you're responsible for and something that you use that brings you some benefit. That's the definition. I looked it up. Okay. So you can see what we're after here. We want the data to give us something. Okay. So it's important to create your vision. It's important to ask your questions. This little quiz asks additional questions that would build your vision for your data quality initiatives.
It's a fun little
It's
survey.
not a payment.
No. We're not collecting any biometric data, nor are we adding anything to your phones. No, it's a really good question. Just good thinking. Maybe we can help you.
Any other questions?
Fly me to the moon. We have one more. Oh, we're done. Are we?
You have one more question?
So are you advocating a particular framework? Because I didn't hear you say what the framework was.
No. So the framework is the methodology and the strategy.
Yes, but are you advocating there's lots of frameworks.
We are advocating what works for you.
Okay.
We are not. We are tool agnostic, methodology agnostic, platform agnostic. We want to make sure that we are providing you the information so you know what questions to ask, so you select the framework that works for you.
So multiple components that we talked about. This is the framework. So like we want a tool of some sort, like we're proposing a tool of some sort, a set of processes to deal with the results of your findings. We proposing the engagement of your business, and this is the framework, and providing the business with the education so they can be active participants in your process. That's what we call
Fantastic.
Thank you, Cynthia and Alla.
Thank you, Ms.
From
Eileen.
from Athena Solutions. This is track A. We will start again in about 15 minutes. So grab some caffeine because we have to be well caffeinated for those of us that are still here.
We need to
And-
give Miss Eileen a hand because
and-
she has been here all week and she's amazing.
And so, but remember, meet somebody you didn't know before today. Like maximize the on-site opportunity for those of you that are here. Build the network.
For those of you who asked the question, come see me.